Over the glad waters of the dark blue sea, our thoughts as boundless and our souls are free. Well, sailing experience varies in line with the size and nature of the vessel and her voyage. I will tell you what is it like to sail as a navigating officer on an oil tanker ship. Hello and welcome. I have created this documentary of the life of a sailor in my whole tenure on board this massive oil tanker, on which I tried to cover up all the operations and segments en route this voyage. I have tried to take the footages of the ship only and only in the non-hazardous areas, ensuring that the operation of the routine ship isn't hampered and keeping safety into account. I have subcategorized the vlog into small segments for an elaborative explanation, so just lay back and enjoy.
This time going to be loading at Agbami, West Africa, and we'll carry this cargo of over 1 million barrels of crude oil to Brisbane on the east coast of Australia. En route, we're going to be stopping at Las Palmas in the Gran Canary Islands, and we'll take on fuel there for the rest of the voyage. Our expected arrival at Agbami should be around the 25th of May. And then we should be around for a couple of days till we load the ship before we get underway to Brisbane. En route, we have a planned stop at Cape Town for picking up some provisions for the ship and for a bit of crew change and some stores. It's a long voyage to Brisbane, 10,000 nautical miles, over 18,000 kilometers. Once we leave the Cape of Good Hope and before we make landfall again at Cape Leuven, is a 20 days stretch of ocean navigation with no land in sight, no recourse to any outside help, out of helicopter range, and totally on our own.
Bunkering is the supplying of fuel for use by ships and includes the shipboard logistics of loading fuel and distributing it among available bunker tanks.
We have arrived at bunker port Las Palmas and we will be receiving 2000 tons of fuel oil HSFO over here. This will last for around 2 months in the ship, and it is used for main engine, generators and all machineries. Bunker barge Anafi has just come alongside and it will take around 8 hours of bunkering in all with a rate of around 350 metric tons per hour. We have to finish our paperwork and then safely do the bunkering. People are there on the deck to report to me, and we have to complete the operation in a safe way.
It is a placid day at sea. There is a mild westerly wind blowing. The ocean is flat, calm, and resembles a lake. The sky is clear with a few clouds scudding in from the western horizon. It has all the makings of a spectacular sunset. The deep blue mid-ocean waters, the azure sky, clouds of many hues, birds diving around the ship for food, whales frolicking in the vicinity, dolphins playing and performing tricks are all part of seafarers' experience. The beauty of nature at sea is unparalleled and nothing on this planet can match it. The panoramic grandeur around me is more than enough compensation for the loneliness of a life away from family and loved ones. As I witness the fury of the wind and the waves, the mighty ocean makes me realize how insignificant I am in the grand scheme of things. Life at sea is a humbling experience that makes me deeply appreciate and respect nature. I'm a huge fan of beautiful sunset and sunrise pictures. There is something about the world being bathed in that red and yellow light that makes everything look extra magical. Chasing the sunset or sunrise and presence of rainbows, it is like a daily affair for me. To be honest, it is an absolute bliss. Every single day I come upon the bridge and witnessed beautiful seascapes of serene oceans.
And for this voyage, we are going to load Arpami crude oil, and we have been ordered to load 120,000 metric tons of Arpami crude oil. We are expecting a rate of somewhere around 5,000 metric tons per hour, and this loading operation will take about 24 hours. Initially, when we start the loading, we do it at a slow rate so that we know that our lineup is correct and we are receiving the cargo in the nominated tanks only. And once everything is confirmed safe, then we ask the terminal to increase the rate, and then they will be pumping at 5,000 tons per hour. And towards the completion, again we request the terminal to reduce the rate so as to be complete the operation safely and without any incidents. And once we complete the loading, after paperwork, we'll proceed towards our destination, where we will discharge the cargo, and it is Brisbane, Australia.
The cargo control room of an oil tanker is where the person in charge can monitor and control the loading and discharging of ship's liquid cargo. Prevalent on automated vessels, the CCR may be in its own room or located on the ship's bridge. Among other things, the equipment in the CCR may allow the person in charge to control cargo and stripping pumps, control and monitor valve positions, and monitor cargo tank liquid levels.
Manifold CCR open, number 1 and number 2 manifolds 314, 316.
It means the supplies and equipment required for the operation and upkeep of a ship where inventory is carried on board of a ship to meet its daily requirements, such as food, water, cleaning supplies, medical supplies, safety supplies, spare part, etc. Seafarers have to update the requisition of the replenishment items in advance to meet its daily requirements. For example, the chief cook, chief officer, second engineer, second officer have to make a requisition list to order food, deck stores, engine stores, medical supplies respectively. Apart from this, safety supplies, spare parts are being ordered as per requirements. Crew change, CTM, internet cards, souvenir items are also an important aspect of underway replenishment stopover. Another day, and I get to witness a totally different aspect of the ocean. The ship is being battered by strong winds gusting to well over 110 kilometers per hour. The strong winds and a powerful storm located further south of the ship are whipping up a monster waves reaching heights of almost 40 feet. Despite the immense size of the ship, it is being tossed up around by the power of the ocean and rolling up to 30 degrees each way. The tortured metal is creaking and groaning under the stress imposed by the sea and the humongous waves. Living and working on this violently moving mass of metal is a challenge that we seafarers face up to every now and again. What would be a wild adventure for any landlubber is but another day in my life.
Good. Siyempre nga.
Fun, adventures, sometimes nice, sometimes hectic.
My first time, I'm learning many things.
It is my first time and
The best part is a long voyage.
It's a good experience to be here.
We work hard and we party harder.
We eat healthy, we stay healthy also.
it's okay, sometimes good.
Sometimes good, sometimes it's a little bit boring, but in general it's okay.
Rock and roll, baby!
When I'm finished the job, I'm very happy because this is for my family.
Work is not easy but quite tough.